So I'm going to do a quick video showing how to place your zone 3 bead. So this is your apex bead for anyone that's struggling bead and it's going too much over that cuticle. So my nails are already prepped and primed, ready for the infill. So I'm using my MBE's acrylic brush size 12 and ice diamond acrylic. So we're going to go into our monomer. We're going to make sure we remove all of our air bubbles and we're going to draw back halfway. We're going to go into our product 1, 2, 3 for the correct consistency. We're going to place our apex bead down. We're going to let that product relax. And then I'm going to work over that bead, making sure it's nice and flush around that cuticle. And then I'm going to stretch that product down and start stroking. So you want to make sure you've got no step around this cuticle, and you want to make sure that product's adhered properly to that nail plate. So I'm going to show you on all the fingers. So we're going to pick up our bead, place on the nail, let it relax. Then I'm working over at a 45-degree angle. Make sure that's all nice around that part. And then we're going to stroke that down. We're not going to flatten because then we're going to flatten our apex. Obviously the consistency can change depending on room temperature. But once you know your product, you'll know your consistency. So we're going to move on to the next one. Again, pick up our bead, place it down. We don't want to start here and then work in our bead and push. Can you see how it's making a lump here? We don't want to do that. We want to work over at a 45-degree angle, and then we're going to pull that product down. Obviously, I was showing you the wrong way there, so that's why I've had to be a bit quicker to pull that product down. So I'm going to add another bead just to even that out. So nice and flush around here. That's what we're looking for. And then we're still looking for our apex side on. We don't want it to be flat. So we don't want to be going in using the belly of our brush, going down, pushing it down too much, because we want to build that apex. So again, place the bead down, let that product bounce. I'm working over that bead, making sure it's all nicely on that nail plate, and then I'll start pulling that product down. The more control you've got around this part, the less filing you'll have to do around the cuticle area. So with your apex beads, if you're struggling, it's really good to practice on yourself, and then you can see how much that bead will relax. And then I'm pulling that product down. Can you see how it's nice and flush around that cuticle? There's no step. And that's what you're after. We'll move on to the next hand. So it's always good to work a little bit wetter with your apex bead, just so you've got that little bit more time to make sure it's all in the right place. It's a blending bead, so you don't want to be taking any liquid out of that bead. So I'm going to place that bead down again, let it relax. See, my brush tip is over that bead. I'm not working in that bead, I'm working over that bead. And then I'm going to pull it down. I'm just going to pull that product down. Feather it down lightly so you're not causing to push too much on that apex. If you find it is a bit too high, then yes, by all means, go in with the belly of your brush and tap that down a little bit. Add a little bit there because I feel there's a bit of product missing. Place that bead down, let it relax, pull that product over, still at a 45-degree angle, and then feather the rest of that product down. And the idea again is just to make sure that all seals nicely around that nail plate. Because if it don't seal nicely around that nail plate and you've got big steps and then you have to file it down, you can automatically cause lifting straight away. So you want that nice tight addition to the nail. Nice and flush. See, it's nice and flush under there. So for the last one again, place that bead, let it relax. Working over that bead. With the thumbs, they are a little bit more wider, so you do have to pull it over a little bit more than you normally would on another finger. And if you haven't got enough, go in with another bead and just smooth that out. So again, you still want to leave a hairline gap around that cuticle. So you can see nice flush finishes. You don't want no steps. So when you go to file, you can just file that all in nicely. So the less filing you have around here, the less chance you've got of making any of your clients sore. So I hope this helps. If you need any more advice, just feel free to drop me a message.